I hurry back
Not
and
too bad.
grab my bow that I dropped on the ground.
Don't want to forget it.
Ooh, well done.
You can see Leah for a moment clutch her head again as she just sort of looks down and then looks up, apologizes. Sorry. My head. Memories.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Are you able to press forward, or do you need to go sit down or something like that?
Yes, no, I'll be fine.
Right. Well, I guess we can proceed further on and see if we can't find the straw bar.
Yes, quite. It seems to have cleared it out. At least this area. Does anyone need healing before we press on?
You can see that there's a little wound on Soleil's arm, but it doesn't seem to be too deep.
Okay. I don't bother with it unless he asks me to.
Feeling perfectly fine. Do we want to head to the left or to the right? Let's just head to the right.
Sounds good.
Right's gotta be right.
Yeah, let's clear this area before we move on.
Well, I suppose now that we're not trying to be sneaky, it might actually just have a little light. I'll just cast light on my shield. Can have a little bit more
You see that this
comfortable ability
nook
to see.
to the side sort of ends in a very shallow dead end very quickly. You don't really see exactly what's up here, but you can at least tell that it is not a tunnel that leads further.
How high is that edge?
It's probably about 10 feet if you were to climb it.
Check up on the ledge, or keep going on?
How tall is my neck?
Sitting on the mech sort of puts you at medium size, so you're probably about the size of a tall Goliath. So about 7 feet high.
Okay, so I could... I'll check it out. Go over there and it's
I'll follow along behind.
I'll peek up, climb up a little, see what I see.
How far can you peek up?
Well,
Do you jump?
sure, yeah. I'll jump up and grasp the edge and pull myself up a little.
Okay, give me quick athletics with advantage.
Athletics, I'm good. With advantage?
Yes.
How high is the ceiling right about here?
Right about where?
Like in this area, how high would you say this, the ceiling is? Like how high?
From
up is
where you are standing, it would probably be roughly about 30 feet high.
That's
On
a
this
7.
platform here, it would be 20. But reducing towards the end.
Okay.
What was that?
7.
You jump up, and for just a moment you see some roundish objects lying at the end of this sort of outcrop. You're not quite sure if they're just rocks, but they seem a little wet before you sort of your hand slips and you just slide back down onto your mech.
Mm.
You know I can just climb up there.
I can do it! I cast jump on myself.
Do you jump alone or with your mech?
Just alone. I'm using the mech as a boost.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with jump cast on yourself, you no problem just jump up.
Haha.
After he does that, just to be an absolute jerk, I'm gonna use my grappling hook. Just hit the ceiling and then pull myself up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
look myself
see
up.
just this,
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna
projectile
climb up
flying
there
past you.
too.
and then with a whirring, you just Abelin just lands on the platform next to you. Simultaneously on your right side, you don't even really hear it, but you see the black form just of a cat just very quickly ascend and stand there, sure-footed.
I still feel accomplished, whatever.
So what do
Ooh.
you see?
What do I see? Oh, that's it.
Well, you all see these roundish rocks that are probably not rocks at all. The way they are just sort of standing on the ground,
Mm.
slightly wet looking.
Dooba-dooba-doop.
Are those things eggs? What do you think, Ablin?
I probably have to move a bit closer, get a solid look at it.
I already moved
Yeah.
closer.
Let's
But,
be careful.
You know, Dorix is
Yeah.
really spot on up there, I'm sure. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, let's give her backup.
Exactly what I'm doing.
All the
I'm
time.
Sherlock Holmes.
Standing behind you with a bow in my hands.
So up close, are these definitely eggs?
It's kind of hard to tell. If they're eggs, then they've got a pretty rock-looking shell.
They're definitely out of place though, right?
They're definitely out of place, and they're kind of wet, which there's not really any dripping water in this cave.
Okay, I'll
Right.
Can you what?
Sorry. I was gonna say, could I take, like, is there anything that you could see that is, like, noticeable, like, oh, this is the, wherever water, or, they look wet, so, like, is there some source anywhere that we can see?
Nope,
anything?
not that you can see.
I'll Okay, I'll approach one, I'll take out a hammer, and I'll just like tink tink.
How hard do you hit?
Moderately. I'll let the weight of the hammer do the most of it.
Okay, roll me an athletics.
Athletics. Why was it athletics?
Because it's strength based. You're swinging a hammer.
18.
Hey.
You hit the shell at sort of its weakest point where it's the least round, and immediately as you do, you just hear a really, really, really faint, as sort of this half-grown little minecrawler just flops out as the shell breaks on its side. And a good amount of just fluids seeps out of the thing.
They're not rocks.
Surprise.
It looks like they're eggs.
Yeah. Guys, I scream back to the others who are not up with us here. Here are some minecrawler eggs, and the first one appeared out of it.
Well, burn them or something.
Yeah, can you destroy them?
We're trying, but they're hatching at the same time.
Is it touching, or
oh,
was
shoot.
it just
Are they? I
broken
thought I just
open?
broke that one open.
Did
No,
the
it's-
thing?
It's sort of motionless on the ground. It made a small noise. It moved
So
a
I-
little bit.
Okay,
But
but so it's not
after-
really actively
no, after
doing
a few
something.
seconds of sort
Okay.
of exposure to the air and sort of, wiggling a little bit, it just stops moving.
Well,
I think we can handle it though.
place the hammer with a crowbar.
Yeah, we should just destroy all of them in case
Yeah.
before.
It seems
We
like
open
it
it up
should work,
again.
for sure.
I mean, yeah, if we let the miners in here and they hatch, then we have the same problem all over again.
How much movement or what does it take to get up this thing?
It's 10 feet of climbing. But I mean, you're out of initiative, you can just sort of climb up.
Yeah, so I'll just start climbing up then.
Yeah, so you go around just smashing all of the eggs.
Yep.
Okay. After a minute or two of you just sort of going around and hitting each egg as hard as you can, each time you're greeted with this splash of just goopy liquid and another embryo just sort of floating in it for a second before they shrivel up and die. And all of the eggs are destroyed.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Cars is kind of waiting
Get
back.
back in my
It's like grappling hook to bounce back off down.
Yeah, she's like sitting here at the edge.
Far down in the darkness, a couple more platforms down, you see what probably is the Stomper, the old one. Its two furnaces are empty and dark, but you see a large sort of collection of gears on its side.
Hmm.
And Soleil, please give me a perception roll.
I will.
Oof, I was close.
Yeah, was close to a natural
I
one.
was really
This way it's a
close.
21.
To your right, you notice that despite all of the sort of scaffolding that has been erected around the platforms and the central support, there's one that seems relatively new, not as decayed as the rest. To your right, leading up to the platform.
I just point at it and say, that one looks new.
Well,
Strange.
go take a look at this.
Yeah.
Since we're down here anyways.
Doop 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 doop. I wanna sneak up there.
Give me a stealth roll.
Let us stay down here.
It's a stealthy 19. Sorry, 18.
As best you can, you try to very sneakily move up these ladders. You do this by not really, grabbing the horizontal parts of the ladder in the middle, but as far on the edge as you can to avoid any creaking. And yeah, you make your way up there, and climbing up this scaffolding, you are definitely sure this hasn't been here for long. This wood is relatively new. And as you make your way to the top, you see a corpse lying in front of you, a couple of scattered pickaxes to the side, and crates in front of you.
So nothing that looks dangerous, right? So
Nope.
I look back at the others. There's a corpse up here.
Corpse? What kind of corpse?
How old does it look? How does it look like it's lying here for quite some time, or relatively fresh, or?
It's hard to tell. Most of its armor is sort of, you'd notice as a player, almost like with a can opener, just sort of opened like a shell with pincers. And most of it seems to have been devoured by one or the other minecrawler.
Okay, but it looks like
Even the bones
Mhm.
at some parts are missing or broken into pieces.
armor, not like a normal miner or something. Okay.
Is it a dwarf?
It is not.
I'm gonna get out of my machine and go up.
Okay, I'm
There
gonna.
were numerous miners, however, earlier just in the cave behind the foremen that were also not dwarves.
Yeah, but I'm interested in this one because he wears an armor. So
Wow.
I'm gonna check him. There's
Yeah,
anything
turning
that
in.
identifies him, or
Yeah.
From what little flesh remains, you'd say that the corpse at least is less than a week old.
Hmm.
But more than that, you can't really tell.
Mhm.
Is there any symbolism on the armor?
There is very little left to identify this thing by.
What's in
What
the?
if I mend the armor?
It would take a while to fix this armor, but if you spend 10 minutes mending this armor, you could probably see at least its original shape.
Should I?
What would that help?
I don't know. They seemed like there was something weird going on.
Depends on how far you want to delve into it. If they
Shall
can tell
we
that you've been
perhaps-
messing with it, might not help us.
He did say to leave the bodies alone. Shall we perhaps just check around to see if there's any other clues as to why this gentleman would have been here?
Yeah, that's true. The dwarf said we shouldn't touch.
The dwarf also said, "We have a cannon down here. I have no clue why. Let's just not talk about this."
Certainly
So
true.
I'm not sure if I want to trust this
you are.
person's.
Certainly true. Are these boxes that are here on the map here?
Are they there?
Yeah.
There are boxes there.
Can we? I mean, I'll start kind of going through them for, I don't know, see what's in them.
The first one is just empty. The second one, that is half open, seems to contain a small amount of rocks. The same kind of rocks that seem to have been hewn from the side of this mine. There is, do you have a light with you?
Yes, I've cast light on my
Yes.
shield.
As your light sort of shines over them, there is a light sparkle to some of these rocks, and more sparkles along the wall.
Huh. Do you all see that? It looks like some gems, perhaps? I'm
It
not
is a
an
very
expert in
dull
these things,
sparkle.
Well, this
That's
is a
how what it
mine.
is?
You can give me an investigation roll to try and identify it.
Well, I'll hold
I
the light up, ma'am,
assist?
if you'd like to have a look.
I don't suppose I'd get like advantage because I work
I was
with
gonna say,
metal.
could I assist?
Both artificers would get advantage.
Okay. Well, that's an
I'm
at 20
helping.
Okay.
Hey.
plus 7.
It's easy to see. It's definitely a very pure iron vein that just sort of stretches
Oh,
through that rock.
it's iron.
Well, yes, this is a mine.
Ooh.
Give me an intelligence roll, Kara.
I believe.
No worries for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's iron in a mine. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It's a cult line. Oh dear.
You said it was a
I have no
you-
experiences with mine,
I'm-
so whatever.
So the question is, do we
It's normal.
try and figure this out, take a short rest, see if this armor can give us a clue about what's going on down here, or do you just want to push forward?
Does it look anything like guard armor? Like armor from like one of the guards?
Not really. It looks more like mercenary armor.
Okay.
Very roughly hewn plate of what little is left. The joints seem to be made with relatively weathered old leather. So nothing.
Why would a mercenary be mining here?
Oh,
Well, likely he was fighting with the mine crawlers. It's curious that they wanted you to avoid the body. If it was for any reason outside of simple, delicate sensibilities of what should be done with the dead.
Yeah, it is very strange. I agree, man.
But people are rather strange sometimes.
wait. Is there even a forward? Weren't we just supposed to check out that machine over there?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We
needed to
want the
get part.
gear. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we should do that before summoning some evil spirit by messing with the dead body.
Okay, I won't mess with it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull out my camera. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I have a camera.
That
Camera?
contraption.
Hey, the camera.
You see the sort of small mechanical device with one large crystal lens set in the middle. And as Dorks holds it up, after a few seconds, a small piece of paper just comes out of the side of it.
It's a Polaroid.
There was no flash, by the way.
That seems handy.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking
Like,
at
are
the
cameras
picture
known
is-
in this world, or is that something new to us?
Cameras, as such, do not exist,
Hmm.
and the device Dogs is holding appears to be magical in nature, at least to some degree. The picture Dogs is holding in his hands is sort of
His.
her
Her.
hands is a very detailed drawing of Cole of the scene. Sort of, like a photo, a direct representation.
I'll
It is
fold
very
it.
dark though.
I'll fold. Yeah, that's true. I'll fold it up and I'll put it in my bag. Just
Is
in
there, like,
case.
You said there was a couple of like stones inside the boxes, like rocks
Yes.
that were loose. Are they like large rocks, smaller rocks?
There's some pretty large chunks in there, but also a few smaller ones. You could probably pick them up with one hand, but they would likely be kind of heavy.
Yeah, if there's iron, I kind of wanted to maybe trick some.
It seems to be, iron ore, very rough. Probably a lot of rock to go with it. Needs to be crushed down and smelted.
Brett, would you mind grabbing a few of those for me?
Oh,
Just to look into later on. Thank you.
naturally.
Some for me,
Pick up
please.
a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you
Yes.
grab in weight-wise?
I think I can carry like 20 pounds more. When do you guys stop telling me to pick up rocks? I'll pick up a rock, I put it in my backpack, I'll look at both of them.
I'll get my own.
Oh, that's fine. Just wanted
Oh.
to maybe do some experiments with it later.
Yeah, you have like a 3-pound
pounds.
rock.
I'll grab like a decent few. because I have a bag of holding.
Just tell me how many pounds.
That was like a
So Red grabbed like a 3-pound rock.
How about 100?
I
100 pounds.
mean, you sort of just hop into this large crate and just start putting rocks into your bag of holding. And then, to your dismay, the crate is just empty after like 40, 50 pounds. You just hop out and you grab a couple more of the rocks that have been, you know, hewn out of the side of the cave wall, and just shovel some more of those inside.
Okay.
Until you reach 100 pounds.
Wow. I did not realize you had a bag.
I can make it sometimes.
That's handy.
That is handy.
I feel a bit silly carrying this 3-pound rock in my bag.
It's fine. I'm sure Dorks will let me have one of the rocks later on.
You sort of take this rock back
You
out,
can just
look
put
at
it
it,
in here.
and just sort of let it fall into the crate, the empty crate.
I'll pick it up and put it in the bag.
Fine, just put it in the bag. You now have 103 pounds.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Good God.
You asked me how much.
That's amazing.
103.
Why
Yeah,
are
Get
we
one.
wasting time picking up
No
rocks?
idea, ma'am.
It's
I do
iron.
apologize.
Leah just shrugged.
Yeah, I'll go get back in my...
Look, if we're going to be here, we might just do something productive.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like do the job that we were hired to do, you know.
Or get materials that we can use for crafting other things later on.
As you're this
Like a
close, you
cannon.
see where the miners probably were expanding the cave. Sort of a tunnel that has long since caved in. It's almost impossible to see past the rubble. Likely there's no way to cross through here. But to your left, right in front of you basically, you see the Stomper.
How high is
Nice.
this ledge here?
About 10 feet. So all of these are roughly 10 feet except this one, which is 25.
Mm.
La da la.
I guess on this side it would be 35.
Some grappling hook.
Is it slidable again?
It looks a little bit dangerous to slide. On
I'll
this
go
one you
all
could very
around.
easily catch your foot the wrong way and then stumble and
Okay.
actually fall.
Could I like
But you could try.
jump and down? Like
Give me an acrobatics roll.
sure.
Takes me like 30 seconds to walk around.
But that's not me. It's a 12.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Yeah,
It's a what?
I want to parkour the 12.
Wow. You sort of start hopping down, you know, left leg, right leg, sort of back and forth. Your last jump is a little bit too far, as you don't see another rock within easy jumping distance. And you land a little hard. It's not very graceful, you know, hitting the
Yeah.
ground, but you
But I,
don't really take any
I
damage.
always land on all 4 of my feet.
And sometimes your face.
Wait, you have 4 feet.
I do.
You don't want to see under those gloves. It's really just actual cat paws.
hmm
There's no fingers. The gloves are just sort of, you know,
How does he
contraptions to
hold
hold
swords?
Well, that's the gloves.
Yeah, magical gloves.
He just sort of puts the gloves over. You know, it's like a hook, basically.
It's Puss in Boots, but there's gloves to go with
Yeah. I'm basically Puss in Boots, and I realized.
The gear is definitely not in mint condition. It's a little bit rusty, but it looks like it could still function for at least a little while. It's fastened with a few bolts.
Use our.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, could use our tools, like tinkering tools, to work on.
Yeah, I have smith's tools too.
Yeah,
have
it
a lot
doesn't
of
take
tools.
you very long to loosen the bolts and just sort of have the gear be easily slidable out, but the problem is it's kind of heavy and really big.
I got this.
Brett, you'll get to this, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I can get it.
All right. That works as well.
I
As long as
will.
Someone does.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm in a machine that do heavy stuff. So I guess I'll just pick it up with the mech.
As your mech grabs it with both hands, it starts leaning forward a little bit.
Okay, I'll stop for a moment.
I know
I
an
will.
excellent spell for this.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, it's only 1 minute. Never mind. What are you saying?
I was saying I know an excellent spell. I'm not sure how it would work on a mech, but I'm willing to try.
I think I know it.
What would you like me to try to enhance your strength?
Oh, that's not what I was thinking about at all. Sure, if it works on.
Don't know if it'll work on a mech.
Is
There's
it
only
against
one way
ability?
to find out.
You gotta find out.
There is only
But-
one way to find.
You know, there's worse situations that we face trying to figure out if it works.
I will cast enhance ability on Dork's mech. Bull's strength. So, yeah. Which is just advantage on strength checks and doubles the carrying capacity. If the spell takes effect.
As Red just sort of strums a little melody,
Strength, little man. Oh, I mean machine. You can do it.
you see
little-
the glow of your mech's core light up a little. There's a few sparks. You're not quite sure if this should happen a lot, but you see the mech sort of with like a loud creak lift up the gear more to a position where it's sort of enough above the mech that it can walk without sort of an overweight hang into any direction.
Seems
Off
like
in
it
an hour,
works.
by the way. I should have told you before.
That's good. Probably won't take.
Nice, and I suppose we'll head out of here.
Unless you want to, I don't know, something else with the body you mentioned.
There's another tunnel over here.
Yeah, that's probably where the broken one is supposed to be, or the abandoned one rather.
No, this is the abandoned one.
Oh, this is the
Yeah, the other
abandoned one.
one.
Okay.
Yes, this part of the mines is the abandoned part of the mines.
Okay.
So this would be where we would continue forward, or we have to go back here.
Yeah, that's where the
The way to the functioning mine is back towards the hall and through another gate.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I thought.
That's just abandoned mines.
Then
Also abandoned mines.
let's check this one first to see what's there.
Do you carry the large gear towards the exit, or do you go on this little
Why
side
don't
venture?
you bring the gear towards the entrance first?
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'll drop the gear off at the entrance.
You try your best to avoid any sort of going up platforms until the end.
Gonna stay guard here just in case.
Ah.
This takes a while, probably. So in the meantime, do you just stand guard, or
I tried to catch a glimpse of what's in there.
you see that this part of the cave is also not particularly large. It's just sort of this tunnel that extends for a little bit. But in this tunnel, at the bottom and on the sides, you see some smaller tunnels. They are roughly 5 feet in diameter.
Let's look into the tunnels. Just a sneak peek.
You peer into just darkness. Give me a... Do you have any advantage on listening
No.
perception rolls?
No.
Okay, then give me a roll at disadvantage.
On perception?
Yes.
It's a 10.
You try to listen intently, but it's hard to tell with sort of the grumbling of the mining going on around you echoing through the other entrances. You don't really hear anything.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the others. Is Kara still standing there? And Leah? Okay.
I'm guessing you all help with getting the gear up this incline.
I guess.
It takes a bit of work, but you manage to get it up there before the mech takes it back into its arms and begins carrying it towards the gate.
I'm strong.
Ooh.
I scouted the tunnel.
Is
Anything
there anything
interesting?
there?
It was empty, only a few way more narrow tunnels were in there.
Oh.
Maybe the creatures came out of there originally.
Does it look like they could have fit?
Do you think it connects to the other cave? Or the other mine shaft?
I don't know, I looked into them but they were black. Couldn't see anything. If one were to venture into them, it would be so narrow that a fight would be very complicated down there.
But we've still got
sound
another
like-
fight ahead of us.
There are people waiting on us as well.
Might as well just... I mean, we could keep exploring, but it's likely either this part of their mining system or wherever these creatures were coming from. And we weren't really requested to put an end to them.
Yeah, that's not the word
That's
what
true.
we're paid for.
Very good.
Ooh.
Yeah, you make your way out of this abandoned mine. And as soon as the mech sort of starts getting into the lights, the dwarf already sort of motions the two guards by his side towards you. Go on, grab the gear. I see you found it.
Obviously.
That's great, because we are running out of time.
Well,
Well done.
time to waste then.
We heard them in the other mine screaming up until recently, but they've quieted down. Not sure if it's just exhaustion or if anything happened.
Not a good sign.
Nay.
Figure out why-
Well, we could head in with the parts to the stopper.
At that moment, you also hear sort of this as a powered minecart just arrives out of one of the tunnels leading further away. And you see 3 armored dwarves just hop off. Ah, just in time. That's great. Well, you 3, you just just grab the cannon. And we'll open the gate whenever you're ready. He says, looking at you.
I believe we're ready.
Three.
And then unless you wanna do anything else, my question would be, before you start this second fight, which is actually, kind of the main fight, if you wanna do that next time or if you wanna keep going.
I'm fine either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I could keep
Okay.
going.
So leaning towards keeping going, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah,
so.
as long as
Yep.
you're still
Okay.
feeling good.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see Frederick run ahead towards the lever for the second gate. He looks at you expectantly, as if waiting on you to say the word.
Go right ahead. Open it anytime. I swear, people.
Taking
I get to hold
directions.
their hand for everything.
Awesome. Let's
The
just
gate
open it. Let's-
opens. And into
Ooh.
a large mine, similar to the last. In this one, there is more light, as there are 3 large braziers still burning. There is also a soft light emanating from the furnaces of the other stomper. This one looks a lot more pristine in condition, but you can tell that obviously it is not working, as it is just sort of standing still. You see multiple mine crawlers all around the cave. Many of them grouped around scaffolding. And on that scaffolding you see a few people just hiding away from them. And everyone please roll initiative.
Do-do, do-do, do-do. 23.
One more 20.
Such nat 20.
Remember to delete your old initiative.
You don't have
No, you kind of have to.
I'll just add a 6 to mine, so it's 623.
I had an 8 and now I have an 18. I have 1.
I'm still carrying the gear, right?
No, the
Oh.
2 sort of bodyguards of his
Okay.
would have gone up and lifted the gear with both their arms. They're just sort of standing behind you as the gate opened.
Gotcha.
Well, here, kind of exactly at the edge of the gate.
So many of them.
Cannon. Wow.
Well, do we want to try and do this quietly or just go in with a bang?
Should at least try and maybe fix the thing so the others would just get scared away or something. That's
Well,
possible.
As the gate clatters open, there is
Mhm.
very little thought of stealth as
There we go.
But yeah, maybe like a
the
couple of us
mine
can.
crawlers immediately start screeching, and
And we just...
while some of them remain where they are, a lot of them start heading towards you.
Alright, then
I
let's
mean-
get these guys over towards the machine at least.
Yeah.
Behind you, you hear the shouting. All right, let the dance begin. Remember, get the gear to the stomper. And use the cannon if you have to.
I can draw them to me if I'm close enough to give you some time.
Which one of you goes first, the red and heated?
No, I don't mind.
I mean, check your
You
Dex?
dexterity modifiers.
Oh, mine's a +3.
You first.
I will go 35th.
Let's actually take a 10-minute break before we start this, because I really gotta go pee.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Alright, so now that Beggar's gone, how are
Mhm.
we going to
Yeah. How are we
take
gonna do this?
everything?
I can draw them towards me so they only attack, or they at least can't move away from me.
This fancy 3rd level spell called Hypnotic Pattern.
I can
Unlocks
summon a
every-
horse.
I can summon a horse. That's
Or
random.
2 dogs.
I can run around real quick. I have feline agility.
Or a rowboat.
I can run in circles and drag them behind me, kiting the shit out of them.
I can move really fast and really far if I need to.
You just need them stacked up in a 30 by 30 cube, and then they'll stun like that.
But I'm assuming we want to try and get the dwarves to bring
Yeah.
the gear.
Yeah, we want to
over
clear
here
the
as fast
path.
as we can. And we've got the cannon. I don't know. Are they moving the cannon or are they moving the gear?
I think 2 of them are moving the gear and 3 of them are with the cannon.
These 2 back here have the gear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. So 3 have a cannon. 2 have the gear. I just want them to shoot things. They should just tell them to just start shooting the cannon.
I mean, let's do it. Just open. I don't even know how cannons work.
I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just shoot it. Just go. Alright, just shoot them.
And they hit the reactor thingy, the stomper. And everything goes downhill.
It'd be horrible. Well, they can come up and then shoot the guys like over on this side, far
Mhm.
away from the reactor.
True.
And then we just have to clear a path so the other guys can get to the reactor. Easy peasy.
Oh shit. I think I have something useful for the cannon.
Oh,
Oh.
Depending on how much it weighs, I can levitate it, so it's like super easy to move.
Oh,
That would help. But
maybe you should levitate the
the gear.
things to the gear.
yeah.
Get it over quicker.
Ugh.
Is it that, like, the levitate spell?
Yes, the levitate spell.
I just need to ask Beggar how high the ceilings are here.
Probably 30 feet tall.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't know.
And before it's 5 feet tall.
That's all I need. Then I can run on the ceiling.
Oh,
That's a good point. Does anyone want to fly?
I'm Batman, so
I
or maybe
like-
Spider-Man. One or the other. I'm either Batman or Spider-Man. I haven't probably realistically Spider-Man, so I'm okay. So far, eventually I can make myself wings. I think
But what if we had a flying shooting mech?
that would be pretty spectacular. Can you eventually have like jetpacks built into your mech?
In the homebrew, beggars specifically removed the flying upgrade.
He hates
Remove
fun
the
is what I'm
spell
hearing.
Well, I think it was like at a pretty early level.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't remember though. But in all
Okay.
honesty, I think maybe I pushed too hard for this. To have a mech.
Oh, no.
So
It's fine.
I think all it took was one game to realize, you know, maybe I should have just done something not homebrew. So I might just ask him later to change.
Mm.